Hey y'all, this is Digital Learning Day 2 for 8th grade math. I have already written down most of the problems on my paper, and I'm just going to go through a brief explanation on how to solve each one. And I really want y'all to try to pause the video before I give you the final answer and try to come up with it on your own, and then check your answer when I give it to you. So the first problem says, if b equals negative 12, what is b squared? Well, we need to know first that b squared means that it's b times b. So if b is negative 12, then that would be negative 12 times negative 12. Now keep in mind, this would be a no calculator question on the milestones, so you would need to know your integer rules, that a negative times a negative is a positive, and 12 times 12 is 144. So if b is negative 12, then b squared would be positive 144. Number 2, we have to remember our integer exponent operation rules. And yesterday we went over that a power to a power means multiply, because this would be n to the third power 5 times, which would be n 15 times. So n to the third power raised to the fifth power would be n to the 3 times 5, which is 15, over n to the second power raised to the sixth power. What would we do with that? Good, we would multiply n to the 12th power. Now, our instructions say to simplify in exponential form. That means our answer is still going to have an exponent, but this is not simplest exponential form, because we know that when two exponents with like bases are being divided, that we can subtract those. So go ahead and do that. So this would give you n to the 15 minus 12th power, which would be n to the third power. That is your simplest exponential form. Number 3 asks us to solve for v showing all of our work. Ultimately, we want to get v on one side of the equation by itself. So the first thing that I can see to do to simplify this equation is, I see that this term here is being divided by 3. So if I do the inverse operation and multiply by 3, then I can cancel that out, because any number over itself is 1, and we know that 1 can be an invisible number. It's implied, it doesn't actually have to be there. So then I have v plus 9, but whatever I do to one side of this equation, in order to keep it equal, I have to do to the other side of the equation. So this would give me v plus 9 equals 8 times 3, which is 24. Now 9 is being added to v. The inverse of that is to subtract 9. Because I still have an equation here, whatever I do to this side, I have to do to this side. That creates a zero pair, and I'm left with v equals 24 minus 9, which is 15. Of course, I need to go back through and check my answer by substituting 15 into my original equation. So that would give me 15 plus 9 divided by 3 equals 8. 15 plus 9 is 24. And 24 divided by 3 is 8. Number 4 is the volume of a bowling ball, which is going to be a sphere. And the formula for that is 4/3 pi r cubed. And it says use the pi symbol for pi. So then it tells us that our diameter of our bowling ball is 22. Well, when we look at the formula here, we see that nowhere does it ask for diameter. It asks for the radius. And we know that radius is 1/2 of the diameter. So if my diameter is 22, my radius is going to be 11. So now I take my formula, 4/3, I'm using the pi symbol, not 3.14, times a radius of 11 cubed. And I've already done the math on my calculator on the next page. And I have 11 cubed is 1,331 times 4/3. Now, I don't have a calculator right in front of me that can do fractions. So I multiplied 1,331 times 4 and then divided that answer by 3. And I got 1,774.6 repeating. Well, we're going to estimate that to 1,774.7, and then don't forget to multiply it by your pi symbol. So we have 1,774.7 pi is the volume of centimeters cubed, because volume's cubed. And this should actually be approximately, because we used an estimation. And the last problem is a simple two-step equation that you should have no trouble with. Go ahead and try it before I get started on the explanation. Your ultimate goal is to isolate C on one side of the equation. So we have to undo everything that's being done to C. The first thing that we can undo is this plus 3. To create a 0 pair with positive 3, you're going to subtract 3, but whatever you do to one side, you have to do it to the other side. That leaves you with 4C equals 11 minus 3, which is 8. Now C is being multiplied by 4. The inverse of multiplying is dividing. So we want to divide both sides by 4. C equals 8 divided by 4, which is 2. And I always want to go back and substitute that into my original equation to check my answer. So I would have 4 times 2, since C equals 2, plus 3 equals 11. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 equals 11. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 does equal 11, so that I know my answer of C equals 2 is correct. Hope you guys have a great day. Go ahead and try day 3, and I will post the video for that tomorrow.